Welcome back everyone, this is going to be my full Marvel Hawkeye trailer video, the larger one. I did a reaction video yesterday, so we'll go a little bit deeper on the Easter eggs. I'll talk more about all the Daredevil characters that they're including because a lot of the series does take place right next to Hell's Kitchen, where the Daredevil characters are from. And some of the other hidden Easter eggs that they don't completely reveal in this trailer. There's a lot of big stuff happening in the series, but it's only 6 episodes. But if you're brand new to the channel, be sure to subscribe to get all the Easter eggs. I will be doing videos for all the episodes. It starts in November. Obviously, they're trying to convey that this is a very Christmas-based series, which is why they're waiting till November to start releasing the episodes. Officially now, this is our second big Marvel Christmas-themed project, even though it's a TV series, because Iron Man 3 was kind of a Christmas-based series done by Shane Black. Coincidentally, Robert Downey Jr. was the reason why Shane Black did Iron Man 3, because they did Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, which was also a Christmas movie together. Like I said, the whole tone, the vibe of the series is meant to be kind of an MCU version of Die Hard with that type of comedy. Like Lethal Weapon is another Christmas-themed action movie, so they're going for something like that. Just starting at the beginning of the footage though, going through shot by shot. So obviously they're in the Chinese restaurant. A lot of you asked if this is the same Chinese restaurant from the Defenders. That was called the Royal Dragon, and that was in Hell's Kitchen. And Hawkeye has taken his family to the Broadway area to see the Captain America Rogers musical about Captain America's life, like a retelling of the Captain America movies through Avengers Endgame. And if you haven't been to New York City or you haven't been to Broadway, this is a map. You can see it's right next to Hell's Kitchen. I think just in general, based on all the footage in the trailer, like we have a lot of footage of them at 30 Rock with the big Christmas tree, there's a huge action set piece with the tracksuit mafia. Most of the series seems like it's going to take place between the east side and the west side of Midtown in New York City. Just this whole area of New York City right across the middle. That's also around where the Kingpin is. The Kingpin himself doesn't live in Hell's Kitchen, he lived in Midtown. It's also the area where the Avengers Tower used to be, which is why during the Marvel Netflix series, especially like during Daredevil, you could see the Avengers Tower in the background of the New York City skyline. So now it makes a little more sense why people are talking about Maya Lopez's Echo being associated with Kingpin during the series, and the big rumor about him having a small cameo later in the episodes. But the other biggest question that people have asked here, especially in this opening scene here, when Lila Barton here, his daughter, who's also called Hawkeye, is talking about how it's been so long since they've all been together for Christmas, yet there is one notable absence. You do not see his wife, Laura Barton, played by Linda Cardellini. Where is she? Even later in the trailer, when he packs them up in the car to send them home, saying, "Oh, don't worry, I'll be home for Christmas," you do not see his wife get into the car with them. So I'll say right now, probably what's going on here is that she just stayed home because he probably wouldn't send his children home on their own to be by themselves around the Christmas holiday. For whatever reason, she probably just did not come with them to see the Captain America musical. So I don't think that they're trying to say that she's dead or anything like that, because she was just fine. At the very end of Avengers Endgame, the Hulk snapped everyone back. She seemed like she was totally normal when Hawkeye went back to see them. And just charting the timeline a little bit, because obviously Lila Barton, who's Joe Russo's daughter in real life, if you guys didn't know, Joe Russo put his daughter in the movie to play Lila Barton during Avengers Endgame, but because it's actually been a couple years and kids age up so fast, she just looks way older now. Originally, I thought this was supposed to be the Christmas right after Avengers Endgame, but a lot of people said that there was a leak from the set claiming that there's a date that says 2025 on it, so this might be Christmas 2024. It might actually be a full year and a half after Avengers Endgame, but they haven't confirmed that yet. But that would be one way of explaining why Lila Barton here looks so much older than she did during Avengers Endgame. You also remember here, his youngest child, Nathan Pietro Barton, is named after Black Widow and Quicksilver. The reason why he's named Nathaniel and not Natasha is because he's a boy, so Nathaniel is just the masculine form of Natasha that they used for him. The reason why he named him Pietro is because Quicksilver sacrificed himself to save Hawkeye's life during Avengers Age of Ultron.
You didn't see that coming.
A lot of you have also asked what's going on with Hawkeye's hearing aids. So this is actually right out of the comics. Hawkeye wears hearing aids because he's slowly going deaf during the series. He's suffered so many injuries and been around so much combat across his life that it's just damaged his hearing so badly that he needs hearing aids. Also, during the Hawkeye comics, one of the characters, Clown, winds up damaging his ear even more by stabbing him literally in the ear. So he's not completely deaf, but he's almost deaf. That's why he wears the hearing aids, and they just haven't really gotten into that during the Avengers movies so far, so they're just finally being a little bit more comic book accurate for the Hawkeye series. The character who does wind up stabbing him in the ear, though, is Clown from that Matt Fraction Hawkeye run that they're using for the basis of the story, the Hawkeye Volume 4 storyline. And even though he doesn't appear in the trailer, the actor Fra Free did reveal that he was playing the clown character from the comics, although based on reports from the set, it sounds like he won't be wearing the full clown makeup till towards the end of the series. But if you're not familiar with the character, obviously he sounds and looks a lot like the Joker. He's sort of like a parody of the Joker, because that was just Matt Fraction's sense of humor when he was writing the character into this Hawkeye run. He's basically meant to be an upgrade villain hired by the Tracksuit Mafia to kill Hawkeye after Hawkeye spends most of the run kicking their asses up and down New York City. You kind of get that sense from the trailer footage, like the Tracksuit Mafia is featured heavily from the beginning to the end of the trailer in a bunch of different action scenes, making them seem like they're the main villains, but they're really not the main villains of the series. They're sort of like mid-bosses that Kate Bishop starts out going after because it seems like she's using the Ronin costume to be a vigilante, going after the mob element because her family has so many ties to the mob. And when Hawkeye confronts her, she's just in the middle of going after them, so that's how Hawkeye gets involved with the Tracksuit Mafia. But in addition to all the different footage of him fighting the Tracksuit Mafia, all these funny moments like him throwing the Molotov cocktail right back at them, you also have the Maya Lopez Echo character who's being hired by someone different, like a totally other faction that's going after Hawkeye as well. And in a separate faction, all the Yelena Belova, Black Widow, Val stuff that's happening. So there are at least 3 separate factions that we know of in the series that all want Hawkeye dead for one reason or another. The Tracksuit Mafia, who hire the clown, someone, possibly Kingpin or even Kate Bishop's mother, hiring Maya Lopez's Echo character to kill him, and then whoever Val works for inside the US government who's hiring Yelena Belova to kill Hawkeye on the DL. You have to remember that Val works for somebody inside the US government. I've already explained my theories about that. I do think that she has ties to Thunderbolt Ross because it seems like she's setting up a Thunderbolts team on the DL through all the Disney Plus series and the Marvel movies, or even a full-blown Dark Avengers team. Thunderbolt Ross, the world authorities, pretty much everybody knows what Hawkeye did when he was Ronin during that 5-year time jump. They were very aware of him going around the world just murdering all the different mob and criminal elements. So it's not meant to be a big secret or anything like that, but he is fully retired. Like, according to the synopsis for the Hawkeye series, Hawkeye is a retired Avenger. The way they explain it during Falcon and Winter Soldier is part of the Sharon Carter Power Broker storyline, is that all the people who were like Hawkeye and did anything remotely shady during the events of Avengers Infinity War and Avengers Endgame during the 5-year time jump got full pardons. So Hawkeye was pardoned for everything that he did as Ronin. But you also have the idea that there's this reckoning, like there's still the mob element, the other people that survived, the people that got snapped inside those mob families that he killed who then came back after Avengers Endgame and now want him dead. I've already talked about the Captain America Rogers musical. Obviously, it's meant to be this funny moment, just retelling the story of Captain America in all the Marvel movies through Avengers Endgame. If you're a big Avatar The Last Airbender fan, it's sort of like the Ember Island Players episode, where they retell the events of the Avatar series, but in a really cringy, funny way. So the funny thing here is that his family is just laughing with Hawkeye at the events of the Avengers movies, because Hawkeye's told his family and his daughter Lila all about his life as Hawkeye, so they know all the stuff that he's done. The tagline, Timeless Hero, is just meant to be a reference to him going into the ice for all those years, and then obviously the backdoor reference to him in the time mission during Avengers Endgame, returning all the Infinity Stones. If you zoom in and enhance on the cast here, a lot of people have asked if Thor is being played by Chris Evans' stealth in real life, like if he's pretending to be the actor who's playing the fake version of Thor, like doing a Matt Damon Loki situation. Without more evidence from Marvel, I'll just say I don't think that this is meant to be Chris Evans. I don't think they're trying to get that meta with this, even though Chris Evans himself has done theater. Then the whole idea here where he goes out and he actually finds Kate Bishop inside the Ronin costume, like, who the hell are you? Oh my god, you're Hawkeye. She's such a Hawkeye fangirl. If you look in the background, the truck here belongs to the Tracksuit Mafia, so this is Kate Bishop going after the Tracksuit Mafia at the beginning of the series, Hawkeye getting caught up in that, and then it turning into a much bigger thing in the later episodes. The whole idea being that when they're picking up in the series after Avengers Endgame, after a year or however long it's been, is that they're changing the Matt Fraction, Kate Bishop origin story and just saying that Hawkeye rescued her from the mob, killing a bunch of mob people when he was Ronin during the 5-year time jump. And in the years since then, she's been training as an archer, like she's just inspired by Hawkeye when she gets rescued and becomes this big Hawkeye fangirl, as she says, oh my god, you're Hawkeye. In the comics, it was just a regular old Avengers mission, but the reason why she targets all these mob members when she's trying to become a version of Hawkeye is because of her father and his connections to the mob, and because when Hawkeye originally rescued her, when she gets her origin story, she was being held hostage by the mob. So she has this big vendetta against the mob in New York City. The other big change they're making to her origin story is they're doing things a little bit out of order. So she gets rescued by Hawkeye as Ronin during the 5-year time jump. She's inspired to become a vigilante and tries to model herself after Hawkeye. Like they have the joke in the trailer where she says, "Some people are calling me the world's deadliest archer," and then Hawkeye sarcastically says, "Are you some people? Like, are you calling yourself the world's deadliest archer?" Because clearly she has a long way to go. But in the comics, when this storyline was happening, she had already had a stint with the Young Avengers. And now it seems like, as I said, they're changing the order of things and she'll cross over with Young Avengers at some point in the distant future when they introduce all the rest of those characters. We have a couple of them, like we have Billy and Tommy from WandaVision, and we have Cassie Lang's Stature, who we'll see again during Ant-Man 3 Quantumania. So they almost got the full original Young Avengers squad. This is the apartment that they shared from that Matt Fraction run. Like, Hawkeye has an apartment inside the city that he uses when he goes to New York City, but this might be Kate Bishop's apartment during the series. This is also where they keep Lucky the pizza dog, who they rescue during one of their missions. He gets into an accident and Hawkeye winds up rescuing him just because he takes pity on him, so that's why his eye is swollen shut. The reason why he names him Lucky is because the dog almost died during the mission where he rescues him. The reason why they call him Lucky the pizza dog is just because they feed him a lot of pizza, which he enjoys. Dogs will eat just about anything, but you look as they're walking into the apartment building here, you see all the pizza boxes here, so that's just another reference to Lucky the pizza dog. He winds up staying with Kate Bishop when Hawkeye goes back to his family. And I think, talking about the end of the series, like will Yelena Belova actually wind up killing Hawkeye, I actually do not think that that's going to happen. I don't think that they want to end things on such a big downer. Like Hawkeye's talking to Lila Barton, his daughter here, saying, "I'll be home for Christmas." I think that's the whole theme of the series. Like he will just barely crawl home in time for Christmas. If you watch the Die Hard movies, like that's the whole idea, especially in Die Hard 2. Like he's trying to get home to his family for Christmas, but the flight is delayed because of the villains. But despite all the craziness of the movie, ultimately they imply he does make it home in time for Christmas. So I don't think they're completely killing Hawkeye off in the series, but like I said, the whole synopsis reads, he is a fully retired Avenger, and that's what he's trying to do. He's trying to be retired and just be a dad to his family, who he's missed all these years with. Like they say, it's been so long since we've had Christmas together. Remember, he's been trying to retire since the events of Avengers Age of Ultron, and circumstances have prevented him from doing that. Like, sorry dude, we got a giant purple space grimace with a bunch of gemstones who's gonna wipe out half the universe. This is Vera Farmiga. She's playing Kate Bishop's mother. Like I said, they might be changing the character from the comics. Originally in the comics, it was her father that had ties to the mob. Just because she's such a huge actress, you don't cast someone like this to play a one-off nothing character. She might be the one who has the ties to the mob, ties to the Kingpin, even ties to Val and all the Black Widow stuff the post-credit scene is happening. I don't know if she's going to wind up being a version of Madame Mask, because there was a rumor that that would be one of the characters in the series. Madame Mask just happens to be one of the big Kate Bishop villains. But you also have to remember, there are already so many other characters, and it's only going to be 6 episodes long. That's why I think a lot of people are saying that supposedly this Kingpin cameo is only supposed to happen later in the series and be very brief, with him coming back in a much bigger role during the Maya Lopez Echo series. And as far as I know, there isn't supposed to be any kind of Matt Murdock or actual Daredevil showing up during the series, but there was talk about Daredevil himself showing up during the Maya Lopez Echo series. I don't know when they're going to start filming that, but I think they're going to try and release it either next year or in 2023 at some point. The whole thing with Echo is that she becomes sort of a surrogate daughter to Kingpin, who takes her under his wing and sort of molds her into another assassin that he uses to take out hits on people. He uses her to go after Daredevil, making her believe that Daredevil was responsible for the death of her parents. So like I said during my last big Hawkeye video, she's not meant to be a villain, she's more of an anti-hero, but she will be an antagonist trying to kill Hawkeye during the events of the series. One of the many different people trying to kill Hawkeye. And yes, this is a picture of Hawkeye in his comic book costume, like the purple comic book costume, or as close as we're getting to the classic comic book costume with Maya Lopez, just a better look at her character. I know everyone's asking if Val is going to have a cameo scene during this, if she's going to recruit someone. If she's going to show up and recruit anybody at the end of this series, it would be Maya Lopez's Echo character. And obviously, I'm not expecting to see Yelena Belova show up till the very end of the series, where they completely have it out, and he tries to explain what really happened with Natasha on Vormir. Like, no, I didn't kill her, I tried to sacrifice myself, but Natasha wouldn't let me. They haven't said if they're going to do Hawkeye Season 2 or where Kate Bishop will show up after this next. I still think it's going to be a while before we get our full-blown Young Avengers project, so it'd have to be something else that she shows up in. Post all your theories in the comments about which upcoming Marvel movie you think that she'll show up in next. But overall, it seems like it's going to be a really solid series. It starts November 24th. Like I said, it's going to overlap with the Mandalorian Book of Boba Fett episodes. My full Marvel What If Episode 6 video is going to post next on Wednesday, just like normal. It's going to be the Killmonger Iron Man episode. What if Killmonger saved Iron Man during the events of Iron Man 1? Make sure you have alerts enabled for my channel so you don't miss that. Everyone click here for my other big Hawkeye trailer reaction video, and click here for my Shang-Chi Abomination video. Thank you so much for watching, everyone stay safe, and I'll see you in the next video.